Let us see now. Everybody know this format, right? If you're preparing for UPSC or even for the group 1 of Telangana or AP or other states, you know this format very well. That is introduction, body, and conclusion. Now let us see what we can write for this question. Let me read it the question again. Which question we are going to take? We are going to take this 73rd, 74th Constitutional Amendments Acts. Let us see once again. Critically examine the implementation of 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendments. How far it is effective. So here the keywords are critically examine. Simply, critically always says that you need to write about pros and cons. I'm not going to get into detail like critically evaluate and critically examine. In this video, my main purpose of this video is to bring you awareness how to write an answer. In detail, we'll see in our classes. And also, I'm going to tell you how we are going to give you content every day. Now let us see the intro part. For every question, for every topic, you need to be well prepared beforehand. A specific intro for each topic, and also a conclusion. You should ask me like, sir, why we need to have this intro and conclusion? Because in examination, you won't be getting more time. For example, in TSPSC Group 1, there will be 15 questions for 150 minutes and also for 150 marks. So each question, like there will be only 10 minutes and also 10 marks each. So in 10 minutes, you need to gather all your data, right? For example, if you have a prepared intro and prepared conclusion, you can write it well. For example, let us see some intro about this. What you can write some intro. I'll show you one best answer, best model answer. But before that, let me tell you some idea. In the intro of 73rd and 74th, everybody knows that 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act talks about Panchayat, right? Panchayat and 11th Schedule 11. And in the 74th Amendment Act, there we have brought municipalities, right? Municipalities, and which was covered in Schedule 12. So what should be your like ideal intro? Let me tell you the ideal intro, then we'll check the answer also. We can write like this. 73rd and 74th, 1992 Constitutional Amendment provided for establishment of local self-government, that is Panchayat and municipalities respectively. It led to democratic decentralization and brought democracy to the grassroots level. We have seen the following progress outcomes by implementing the local self-government. So this should be our intro. I'll be showing the intro also. So next question, you should be asking, sir, what we need to write in the body? In the body, they have asked you about the critically examine, right? You need to write pros and also cons. You might be asking one more question, sir. In the question, they were asked like how far it is effective. So the method I'm showing you is just an example so that you will get some idea. 90% idea you can take from my answer. But you can write in another format also. You can write cons first. Cons means demerits. Demerits or disadvantages. And then you can write the merits. And then you can close the answer. So this video will give you 90% idea how to write. But you can write in your own words, in your own style. Now let us check the answer. In that, I'll give you the content also. Let me open the, where is my answer? Let me show you. Yes, this is a well written, well prepared answer for you. Let me read the question once again for you. Just a second, I'm taking my pen here. Yes. Critically examine the implementation of 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendments. How far it is effective? Let us see the answer now. The same intro I have told you, right? 73rd and 74th, 1992 Constitutional Amendment provided for establishment of local self-governments, panchayat, that is panchayats and municipalities respectively. So 73rd is panchayat, 74th is municipalities. It led to, one more led is there, this is wrong. It led to democratic decentralization and brought democracy at the grassroots level. This should be an ideal intro. You can add few more points like Schedule 11 tells about Panchayat, Schedule 12 speaks about municipalities. Like that also you can add. But this is an ideal intro which you can use directly in your questions. Now we are going to write one connector statement, that is, we have seen the following progressive outcomes by implementing the local self-government. So in this question, I'm writing pros first, then cons. You can write it in reverse also. You can write cons first, then finish it with the pros, such that you can tell that it is this much effective. Now let us see the pros here. I'll explain each and every pro. See the first pro. The Panchayat and municipalities, what is the major thing they did? They have brought the direct democracy. In your polity Lakshmikant, you might be reading that there is indirect democracy in India and also direct democracy in the countries like Switzerland or somewhere. Indirect democracy means we will elect some people. The elected representatives will rule behalf of us. But here, Panchayat and municipalities are like direct democracy. So I have written like Grama Sabha enable people's direct participation in decision making. So this is a major pros of the 73rd and 74th Amendment Act. I hope you can write this point. Point number 2, political empowerment of the women. Why we have written this? If you already know that in MLA seats and MP seats, there is no reservation for the women. But here in the Panchayat and municipality, we have given like Panchayat and municipalities provided for 1/3 reserved seats for women. This is compulsory, guys. This is compulsory. What happened because of that? With this, wherever there are some districts in our state and also in other states, wherever there are female sarpanch are there, the districts have shown greater investment in drinking water, sanitation, etc. So it means that the women sarpanch has a more focus on the developmental activities. So this point you can write. Number 3, this local self-government are a symbol of bottom-up approach. What is this bottom-up approach? In top-down model, whatever the central government or state government, in this case, this is state government, when they are taking the decision, that is being passed down to down, means the next levels of the democratic institutions. But here, this Panchayat and municipalities were making some policies and these were implemented by state, for example, or implemented by the same body. For example, district planning committees of municipalities became nucleus of policy making to address the local needs. So this is one of the important points. There is no need to write for you as it is, guys. You can take down these points as a bullet points and use your own words so that it will become more live. Let us see the 4th point. Social inclusion. What is the social inclusion? Apart from SCs and STs, OBCs were also given reservation in some states. Why, sir? Why they have given? Because if you see the polity Lakshmikant, there is one provision called compulsory provisions and also voluntary. In voluntary provisions, a state can provide for OBC reservation also. This is nowhere present in MP or MLA seat, guys. So this provided for more inclusiveness. Remember this, more inclusiveness. Now, what the question they asked us like critically examine. Now we have written the pros. Now we need to write the cons. Let us see now. However, various committees highlighted the certain issues in implementation in the past 30 years experience. We have implemented in the year 1992. From then, we have seen many things, many changes. In that, some committees has recommended some certain issues. Let us see that these are called pros. These are common issues, that is 3F issues. Everybody knows, right? Funds, functionaries, and functions. What are these and what are the issues? In funds, let us see. There are different type of issues in the funds. First of all, this local self-government doesn't have adequate funds. This is number 1. Number 2, even though they were allocating some funds, there will be delay in releasing the funds. And number 3, these local self-governments are not empowered to levy and collect taxes in some states. Even though it is a voluntary provision, there are some states who has given these powers. But here, many states are not covering that. So in this point, we'll write like lack of adequate funds, delay in releasing funds, and local self-government not empowered to levy, collect taxes in some states. This is the point number 1. Point number 2, functionaries. Functionaries means staff or the bureaucrat there. But here they have written like, though there are 29 and 18 functions under Panchayat and municipality respectively, The interference of MPs and MLAs hinder their performance. Even though this many functions are there, actually these functions should be written in third point, but here they wrote, that's fine. Even though there are this many functions allocated to that, this much of staff is allocated to that, the interference of MPs and MLAs has hindering the performance. This is the second point. Let's see the third point in the functions. The devolution of powers to LSG is in the hands of state legislature. Often it has been little devolution of functions. So now what state government is doing? It is the arbitrariness or prerogative of the government to devolve the powers. So they are not devolving the powers to the, for example, say tax powers. They are not doing, and they're also not empowering the like sarpanch or someone, etc., to take the authority also. This is also one more point. Apart from these 3 Fs, funds, functions, and functionaries, we need to write other points also. What are the other issues? We have observed? The issues of Pati Panchayat. What is this Pati Panchayat, guys? What is this proxy representation? Proxy representation means wherever there is like reserve seat for women, then the woman candidate is being elected there, but the actual rule or actual power is in the hands of her husband. This is observed in many states. So that's why we are writing like issues of Pati Panchayat or proxy representation in case of women representatives. I'm not telling that it is happening everywhere, guys. This is one of the issues found out by many committees. The second point is accountability is very weak. See, no person in the village or in the town or somewhere, they go to the sarpanch or they go to the corporate and ask why it is not happening, why development is not happening. They can't go and ask there. So that's why accountability is very weak. And next point is they suffer from structural deficiencies. What are these structural deficiencies? Like no secretarial support, there is no staff there, and even though there is staff, they have little amount or lower levels of technical knowledge. So if we recap this, just see what are the points we covered. We have written a perfect and a brief intro. This intro you can use anywhere. Next one, we have written the pros also. In the pros, we have written the direct democracy, political empowerment of the women, bottom-up approach, and social inclusion. Still, we have some issues. The issues like 3Fs, funds, functionaries, and functions. And other issues like Pati Panchayat, accountability, and structural deficiencies also. Now, the main issue is like how we are going to end this question. Let us see. There is some ready-made answer here. You can copy this answer also, but let me explain you that. Everybody knows like in second ARC, Administrative Reforms Committee, they have suggested in a report called Local Governance, what they have said that states should clear-cutly, they should demarcate the functions of in each tier. They should like in 3 tiers, district level, committee level, like intermediate level, and also panchayat level. And also in the municipality, they should clearly demarcate the differences of the power, difference of the functions and functionaries. So this is recommended by second ARC. This you can directly write in your answer whenever they are asking about the solutions. Whenever they are asking any question about 73rd and 74th, you can directly write that. And apart from that, we need to tell some examples like states like Karnataka, Kerala, taken some steps in this direction. In which direction, guys? Here is one example. Separate bureaucratic cadre for panchayat. This similar kind of function, this similar kind of scheme was introduced by AP government also. This is one evaluation for you, like panchayat secretary, etc. And grama sachivalayas, right? Grama sachivalayas also. Grama sachivalayas. What is grama sachivalayas, guys? Grama sachivalayas is village secretariat, so that they will address the problem of secretarial issues and also the technical thing also. And here you can add some points of Telangana also. If you are reading some Telangana schemes related to this, what we say related to this panchayat, you can write that also. This we will see in our class, guys. So this is a previous year question which we have discussed right now, and I want you to revisit this video and write the important points and add your points also. I'm not telling that this is the only way you need to write, but this is a way if you write, you will get maximum marks as per my experience in my past previous mains answers.